morning. Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, August 5th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. Despite strong high pressure remaining in control over the western U.S., there remains a fairly deep marine layer in place across coastal California this morning. Like the past couple days, low clouds are covering all the coastal plains and are even extending into some of the lower coastal valleys and coastal slopes. As is typical this time of year, clouds should clear pretty quickly over the next few hours, and there will be plentiful sunshine across the entire region. In addition, the GAN fire remains very active this morning, with smoke continuing to billow northward into the northern Sierra and Sacramento Valley. For the past many weeks, we have been in a very persistent weather pattern with high pressure remaining dominant across the western U.S., keeping most areas hot and dry. As we go through early August, we will continue to be under the influence of this persistent pattern. After weakening a little bit earlier this week, the high pressure area will re-strengthen again the next couple days as it remains centered around the Great Basin and Four Corners region. It will finally loosen its grip early next week, leading to some cooling, but it will still remain very warm and dry overall. As strong high pressure remains in place, temperatures across the region will remain around 5 to 10 degrees above seasonal averages through the weekend, with little day-to-day changes. Highs in the mid-90s to around 105 will be common across the valleys, 80s to low 90s common closer to the coast and the lower mountains, and around 110 to 115 for the low desert. Combined with little in the way of overnight cooling for many areas, heat advisories and extreme heat warnings continue into the weekend for a large portion of the region away from the coast. Slow cooling is expected early next week as high pressure weakens a little, mostly near the coastal areas, though temperatures will remain near to above seasonal averages overall. The strong high pressure will continue to keep very dry conditions in place away from the coastline through the weekend. The interior will remain the driest, with minimum humidity largely around the 10 to 20% range each day. We will also continue to see sizable areas of fair to poor recoveries each night across the interior and around the foothills. With the monsoon trying to make its comeback late this week, there is a chance that humidities across the interior of Southern California may be higher in at least the 20 to 30% range at times. The coastal areas will continue to see a shallow marine layer with chances for night through morning low clouds, along with much higher humidity each day. As high pressure weakens a little early next week, humidity across the whole region will begin to improve a little, and the marine layer should gradually deepen. Monsoon activity has been pretty absent for the past couple weeks because the high pressure area has been too strong and not in a favorable position for much in the way of moisture transport. Things look to change a bit late this week as the high moves into a slightly more favorable position, though it will not be the most ideal, so we are not expecting any widespread monsoon activity. Isolated shower and thunderstorm chances will likely return to the mountains and deserts of Southern California, east and south of Interstate 15, on Thursday and continue through the weekend. Activity may also spread into the Sierra by the weekend. This activity continues to look pretty isolated in terrain anchored, where storms tend to be wet and slow moving, so we are not expecting any significant fire weather issues, but we're also not expecting much in the way of beneficial moisture either. Fuels remain very dry across the region amidst this hot and dry weather pattern. Dead fuel moistures have fallen to anywhere from the 3rd to 10th percentiles across most of our PSAs, and ERCs have risen to the 90th to 97th percentiles, and in some cases even above the 97th percentile. The heat and dryness are definitely taking a toll on our live fuel moistures as well, leading to very high background fire danger across the region. Given the hot and dry conditions alongside critical fuel moistures, our burn environment will remain very active away from the coastal areas. There will remain a substantially elevated risk for new large fires and active burning on existing fires with the persistent weather pattern despite the lack of wind. Any well-aligned starts will have the potential for significant growth, especially in the afternoons. The extremely active overnight burning that we have been seeing on the GAN fire the past couple nights is clear evidence that our fire environment is fully capable of supporting major fire activity, and that potential will continue to become even greater until cooler weather and/or beneficial moisture arrives. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Thursday, August 6th. Have a fantastic day.